Hi guys, so this is my analysis update on gold, guys. What am I expecting on gold? I'm gonna do a quick recap on gold. If you watched my previous analysis on gold, I said I was expecting gold to push to the downside before we continue to push to the upside. We can see that we had this um momentum, which is an impulse, a correction. So I was expecting some sort of a push to the downside. My target was run around my 50% fib level, and that was because that was where like this break of structure is before. So I was thinking, and my 50% was like closer to the break of structure. So I said there's a possibility for actuals to actually come down here to retest before we continue to tank to the upside, because my bias was more of an uptrend rather than a downtrend. But as we can see that we surpassed my 50% fib level and we continue to tank to the downside. So now I'm just going to reanalyze gold, guys, based on the current price action. I still think we might continue to push to the upside or the downside, but let me go to more of a bigger time frame just to look at the overall direction on gold, guys. So as you can see on gold, that we are kind of like on a bear move. We can see that we have closed this counter trend line with this engulfing bear candle, so there's a possibility for us to kind of continue to push to the downside for a while before we continue to push to the upside. So we have to be mindful of that. This is the daily time frame, and we close this candlestick with a an engulfing bear candlestick, so we have to be mindful of that, about that. So if I go to my weekly time frame, let's just see. So we can see this. Let me go to my monthly time frame to see. Let's go to my weekly time frame. Let's see the daily time frame right here. So it's giving me some sort of like an impulse to the downside, to be honest. Let me delete this one. An impulse to the downside. If I look at this, like I said, because of this engulfing candle right here, that is really tricky, and it's just like a tricky place right now, because we have to be mindful that this zone right here is a significant zone as well. We can see that there are multiple rejections. We see multiple rejections around that zone, and we are currently kind of around the zone. So there's a possibility that we might push to the upside, right? But I just don't want us to forget that there is this break of counter trend line as well, right? Now it has retested, it's giving us this engulfing bear candle, it's giving us the lower high here, so there's a possibility for us to tank to the downside. So based on the fact that I am seeing right now, I think I'm a little bit more biased towards a sell rather than a buy right now on gold. Let's see an impulse here. Right now, I think we might see that we have this multiple rejections around my 61.8% fib level, which is around like an an M pattern. So we have some sort of like an M pattern, which is a reversal chart pattern that we should be mindful for. And like I said, this candle engulfed the previous one, right? It's giving me some sort of like a lower high around here, like I said. So right now I'm just a little bit more biased of the sell on gold, guys. So let's just readjust this one right here. Let's see daily time frame. Let me go back to my daily and just readjust that. Right here. So as you can see, right, So let's go to my 3-hour time frame. You can see that it's just giving us more of a sell right now. So I can even draw another line right here just to see that we are more towards a sell rather than a buy. But this is like a significant area also that we have to be mindful of. We can see right here, we can see we have rejections here, rejections here, rejections here, rejection here, rejection here. So we have to be mindful around that area as well. Let me go to my 15-minute time frame. I think we can draw a line here too. You can also still draw one more line here. So right now, this is what I am looking at on gold, guys, right? We might push a little bit to the upside. We can see right here. So I can draw like a mini fib right here from point A to point B, around here. And around here, let's see my 30-minute time frame. We can see that we had rejections around my 61.8% fib level. So I think we might push up. Let me change the color of that to blue. So my first target right now will certainly be around my 27% fib level, which is, so cardinal we have 757, around 757. That's my first TP, and we can see that is my negative 27% fib level, which is always my first TP, and we can see that that aligns with this trend line as well. So that's aligned. So there's a possibility that we might, let me just let's make this. So as you can see, so there's a possibility for us to push up to round around here. So I see some sort of like a push to the upside around there before we now see what next. So let's change that to black so we can even see like maybe around there to from here to here is about almost 300 pips. That's crazy. So we can see there's a possibility for it to push up like that to touch that trend line. Then when we get to the trend line touch, we'll now determine if you're going to continue to push to the upside, right? Or we can just get to the trend line and continue to tank to the downside. That's a possibility. So I think that will depend on how the market reacts around this trend line right here. That will determine if we're going to continue to push to the upside or the downside, depending on how it reacts on around there. So let's just that will be my first target on gold, guys. So when we get here, right, if we still see more momentum of buy, certainly this will be my second target right around here. 800 800 will be my second target on gold. But before we go for this second target, be mindful that my negative 27% fib level is a reversal level, so we might get to that area and we can see that there's also a counter trend line right there. So you might get to that area and continue to tank to the downside. So be mindful if you are using my TP2, right? Be mindful if you see more momentum of a buy when it gets to negative 27% fib level, then there's a possibility that we might push a little bit up to my 61.8% fib level, but I'll rather just take my TP around that area to be more safe. So guys, this is my thoughts on gold, guys. Like I said, when we get to this level right here, will determine either we're continuing to push up or tank to the downside. So that is my quick thoughts on gold, guys. Hope you find it helpful. If you do, please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share, and I will certainly see you in my next analysis, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.